What's going on, shoe fanatics? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me once again. I'm gonna always thank you guys for joining me. Now, today is one of those cases where it's better late than never, and the reason why it's better late than never is because it was almost never. The second time in as many months, UPS lost my shoe. So even when the shoe got pushed back to, I believe, October 5th it was on the sneakers app, I didn't go for this shoe because I already had the shoe on the way from finish line, and they're just now getting to me. So do that information as you will. Now, this one's gonna be short and sweet. I'm thankful to have them. So let's dive right in and talk about them. A little bit different Jordan 4 box. Typically you have some mint splatter all over it and some other little cues, but this is an all black box with just red lettering and red accents. And this one just says Flight right there on the top. Size tag reads Air Jordan 4 Retro SE, black, light steel gray, and white. Opening the box, you'll notice something very interesting, which is the top box lid cover has that psychedelic colorway, almost as similar to the Zen Master 4s that came out a few months ago. I'm wondering if this box wasn't recycled or reused from that release, but hey, here you are. If anyone can explain to me why this box has this little detailing inside of it, I'll be all ears. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm beyond pleased to present to you the Air Jordan 4 Black Canvas. Now, I had to make sure that I enunciated the word black in black canvas because we had a blank canvas shoe come out that was a Jordan 4, I believe it was a women's colorway, and it was more of a sail color or an off-white color that had the same kind of canvas material. And, you know, it was pretty nice. I couldn't get my hands on it, but I'll talk about that shoe a little bit after I talk about this shoe a little bit. You have your typical Air Jordan 4 with on the bottom, you have the herringbone traction with red accents on the bottom, as well as, that's right, the Jumpman on the bottom. And of course, there is that star design right there on the toe. Flipping up to the midsole, you have that gray midsole with the white back here with the visible air unit. Coming around the toe cap, you have a nice grain of suede. And again, I'm not the materials guy. I don't know what Jordan brand uses, what kind of designation they use when they put the material on the shoe, but it does have some nice motion to it. And it's very surprising to be able to have this kind of material on a shoe that I thought initially was all canvas. But again, here, proof positive, there is some nice suede around the toe cap. Now, as far as the rest of the shoe is concerned, that is absolutely either denim, twill, or canvas. Again, I'm not the materials guy. I don't know what Jordan brand is choosing to use here, but this seems to be the same kind of denim or canvas material that is used on, let's say, the Jordan 1 Heirloom, as well as, again, the blank canvas that came out a little bit earlier. You have your black netting on both the lateral medial side and on the bottom of the tongue. On the eyelids, you have gray plastic eyelids with the gray plastic wings here. And this one's actually pretty soft. I know some of them can be a little hard plasticky, but this one is almost rubbery at the top. So for all you wide footers out there, hopefully that'll give you a little bit of relief. On the back heel tab, as usual, for non-special editions or for non-OG retros, you're gonna have that Jumpman logo, and I didn't expect this to be any different. As usual, the back of this will cut your Achilles up, so be careful when you wear these joints. The sock line on this particular shoe feels a little bit different. It feels a lot thicker, maybe even a lot warmer than what you would normally get on your standard Jordan 4. This looks like almost a winterized version of a Jordan 4, at least in comparison to some of the other colorways they have released this year. So even more curious, as far as the tongue is concerned, there is a Jordan 4 SB collab coming out. And I'm wondering if the tongue of that shoe is going to be as thick as this particular shoe seems to be. The tongue on this shoe seems to be really puffy to me. Could be the material, could be the padding. I mean, it could be making way or prepping for that Jordan 4 SB collab. I'm not quite sure. But if you compare it to a shoe like the Military Blacks as an example, hopefully the camera will pick this up and illustrate this properly. But there seems to be some difference in the thickness of the tongue on the Military Black 4 versus the Black Canvas 4. And I'm going to try to show you a couple different angles. The tongue on the Black Canvas just seems puffier and fatter than the most recent release I have of the Military Blacks. Sometimes I would take the insole out and give you a little peek at it. Not sure if the camera's going to pick this up, but take my word for it, there's a black insole with a red Jumpman logo. And just in case I neglected to mention it before, the Jumpman logo with the Flight written in script right there in red. And as per usual, we have Air Jordan written upside down on the back of the tongue, completing your standard Air Jordan 4 pack. Now, as far as the shoe itself is concerned, I'm sure you guys have heard this by now. I'm not a fan of talking about it, but listen, I have an obligation to tell you guys where there's some inspiration drawn and where some similarities are compared. And guys, the Air Jordan 4 M&M, like, we got it. This is another one of those, and I hate the phrase poor man's because I have it even blocked on my social media. I don't want to see poor man's, but this is the poor man's Air Jordan 4 M&M, right? This is the poor man's Air Jordan 4 M&M that came out I don't know, maybe 5-6 years ago, and it's now worth $30,000. Yeah, so in comparison, I mean, we're all poor men, right? Here's a $210 shoe, that's a $21,000, $30,000 shoe. It is what it is. So of course there are some similarities to that shoe. An all black upper. That particular shoe does have, I believe, chrome or silver eyelets. And of course, I think his logo is written there in the back that says Eminem or the big E from one of his album covers. And I think there's some other differences, but beyond that, I mean, essentially it's the same shoe. And I honestly wouldn't concern myself about having this shoe in comparison to that shoe. I mean, we know this by now, time and time again. Brand Jordan has gone either in the crates or it has gone someplace that they've seen that they've created a PE or a sample or something, and they take inspiration from those and give us a general release shoe, and here it is. Can I confirm or deny that they took inspiration from the Eminem Jordan 4 gave to us here? No. It's likely possible someone said, we have a blank canvas, let's give them a black canvas. Okay, sounds great to me, and here you go. But at the end of the day, it's like we always say, you know, wear what you like, and that's what this shoe is. It's a nice looking shoe, easy to pick up and go. I do think the shoe will be fairly durable. Again, this material seems like it will be resistant to rain, sleet, hail, and snow. I'm not quite sure about the suede. The suede does seem nice, but overall, I don't expect there to be a whole lot of damage from the winter or fall months when you're gonna get this shoe wet. So if you gotta grab and go, a black shoe, a black Jordan 4, I mean, this one's it. Just for comparison's sake, you know, my Jordan 4 black cement is fairly worn. I've got nice little creases in it. And if it's a rainy day, if it ever snows where I'm at for some strange ass reason, I'm gonna have this one in the vault to be able to pick up and not, you know, damage this guy too much. This is a $550, $600 shoe to replace at this point. So, you know, I'm gonna keep this one preserved as long as I can. And that being said, I don't particularly like to talk about resale that much, but again, I owe it to you guys to keep you informed. This shoe, I think, is somewhere around $350. And at this point, you guys have to know that Jordan 4s are going to continue to go up in price. So even though the market's cooling down and the almighty Jordan 1 has started to dip in price, Jordan 4s have remained consistently steady, and they actually kind of go up over time. So unfortunately, if you hadn't got your hands on this shoe from your local releases or from the sneakers app when it was pushed back, you know, you're looking at paying maybe $350 or more for this shoe. So like I mentioned, this one was going to be short. Overall, my impressions are the shoe is actually nice. You know, I don't like giving it a rating scale, but somewhere like an 8.5, you know, out of 10. It's a really nice shoe. I'm not quite sure where it stands up next to like the military blacks, because at the end of the day, what I'm appreciating about both of these two shoes are their simplicity. And that's really the dopest thing. You need a white shoe, or a black shoe to, you know, throw on and go. I'm covered. So again, I appreciate you guys sticking in there with me. Hopefully you guys are gonna be able to get your hands on this shoe at retail. You know, I would be patient. Be patient when trying to buy these shoes. I don't think that they're completely sold out. You know, no shoe ever really sells out. There are some rumors about Jordan Reserves coming. I'm sure there's still some late shipments coming to stores in your local area. So just be patient. Don't pay resale for this shoe as of yet. Now, that being said though, I could be wrong. I'm leaving space open for this particular time for me to be wrong, because I slept on the Black Cat 4s and there's no way in hell I'm ever gonna get a pair of those at $850 or better. So take this with a grain of salt. But again, what I'm gonna go outside and do is try to destroy resale value. I'm gonna put these guys on feet, give you some lace swap options, and let you guys just be judged for yourself. I appreciate you guys for sticking in there with me. Again, short and sweet. Wait until the next one. I got some more shoes coming. I'm thanking you guys always. I got 1K subscribers or followers on Instagram now. So, you know, just love all around the board. Appreciate you. I'm out of here. got to smell it. Oh, the original cut. There it absolutely is. I might like it better than the 2020 version. Those ones right. And I had to have it.